Welcome to Catan, everyone. I am very excited for this presentation personally because it's one of the only board games that I've actually played. Like a lot of people have played Business, Monopoly, and stuff, but मैंने कभी कुछ खेला नहीं है. I only played Catan. That too, not the board game, but the digital version when COVID was happening. So it's a game that I really love, and if I'm able to successfully explain you guys what the game is, then I'm literally going to use the same presentation and PPT and try it on my friends and try to get them on board for the games. So consider yourself the test audience today. So before I start explaining the game, I'm going to give you guys a small analogy. So think of Catan as your career. So your career spans a long time. Initially in your career, you don't have the resources, you don't have the skills. But over time, you build those resources, you build those skills. Say somebody wants to become a YouTuber and do vlogging, and at initial stages of their career, they don't have the equipment. Maybe they work for a year, collect the resources, which is the money. With the money, they buy a camera, they buy a tripod, and with that, they start recording their videos. Then they are able to scale. Because becoming a vlogger is going to get them more money. With that money, they are able to get more resources. So this way, you build a career in a certain way. It takes time, and sometimes you have to make smart decisions in your favor. Sometimes you take wrong decisions, but then you try to counter those wrong decisions by taking better decisions. And it may also happen that one of your competitor is also trying for the same objective. Say I want to become a blogger, someone else also wants to become a blogger, and they make a video that goes viral, and they steal my subscribers. So life, your career throws a lot of challenges in you, but then what you do is you modify your plan, but you still execute the plan eventually. So eventually, over the period of time, you get there. Some people don't get there, but we always try to get there. So Catan is exactly the same. The only difference is your career is gonna take you. Catan will take you an hour or two, or maybe if you're playing the digital version, is going to take you 30 minutes. So that's the essence of Catan. Now, the agenda for today's meeting is super simple. By the end of this meeting, every one of us should be able to start playing Catan without confusion. So, we are not aiming for winning, we are not aiming to learn complex strategies. That is something that a player, I believe, should build on their own when they're playing the game. That sharpens their creativity. Today, we are just going to learn the basics so that we are able to start playing the game. So, is everybody clear on the agenda?
Yeah.
All right. So, what is Catan then? Catan is basically a strategy board game where players build, and by building, I mean you place on the board settlement, cities, and roads, and then you get different points for it. So, this is a Catan board, like at the actual board game, and these are the pieces. So, this is like a city, this is a settlement. You can also call it building. This is a road. So, you build cities, you build settlements, and you build roads, and you try to cover as much of the map as possible. And for building this, you get points. Now, in order to build these houses and cities and roads, you need certain resources, and you get these resources from the different hexagon on a Catan board. Now, this is what the Catan board looks like. It's hexagon in shape. Inside, there are 19 hexagonal tiles, and for each tile you can see there are different regions, or you can also call it terrain. Like this one, the number 9 one, it's a hill. This one is a forest. This one is a pasture field. This one is a farm, or you can also call this a field. This looks more like a mountain. And on every Catan board there is one empty hexagonal tile, which is this one, which is called a desert. So when you play the game, you get resources from each of these tiles, but from the desert tile, you get nothing. So that's why it is left blank. You will also see at the end of at the corners of the hexagon, there are small ports with something written on it. Now we will go into the details of this later in the explanation. Now let's understand what resources you can get from what region. So if you have a settlement on forest, you can get lumber or wood. If your settlement is on a pasture land, you can get wool or sheep. People tend to call it sheep because the icon of the resource looks like a sheep. From a field, you can get a grain or a wheat. From the hills, you will be able to get bricks. From the mountains, you will be able to get ore. These are like mineral ore, like iron ore, whatever. and from the desert, you usually get nothing. Are we clear on this so far? Any questions?
All clear.
All clear.
All clear. All right. Now, how you get the points? For each settlement or city that you place on the board, you get one victory point. And the person who gets 10 points first, wins the game. Now, 10 is like a default winning score. You can choose to play a game of 12, 14, depending on the size of your group or how much ever longer you want to play the game. Now, settlements and cities are going to get you 1 point each. But there are additional ways in which you can score points in this game, and those are by getting longest road, largest army, and victory point cards. These again we will discuss later in the presentation. Now, how to play Catan? It's simple. At the beginning of the game, every player will get 2 houses and 1 road to put on the map without having to roll a dice. So usually you play the game by rolling a dice, but the first 2 turns you don't have to roll the dice. You get 2 houses and 1 road. So in the first turn, everyone will get to put 1 house and 1 road. So if we are playing as A, B, C, consider there are 3 players A, B, C, then player A will put first, player B will put second, and player C will put next. Now, it may seem to some people like this is unfair. Player A got the first chance, so they took the important locations. So in order to make the game fair, the second turn is reversed. So in the second turn, when you are placing your second building, player C will put first, B will put next, and player A will put last. You guys have to remember that this reverse of turn is only done here. Everywhere else in the game, the order is going to be same, ABC, ABC, or how many people you have. Now in the first turn, you are merely putting the buildings and the road. But in the second, when you put the building, you get the resources as well. Now I will tell you guys later how you are getting the resources and what is the logic behind this. So is this clear? Any
Yes.
doubt? Okay. All right. So once everybody has put 2 of their houses, this is what the board might look like. Now this is a digital version of the game, so I was playing yesterday, so I took a couple of screenshots. As you can see, there are 8 players. This red one was me. So there are 8 houses. So I have put 2 houses here, gray player has put here, brown player has put here, and the purple player has put here. So 2 houses and 2 roads each is what every player gains. After we have reached this part, this is where the game actually begins. Now, how the game starts, how the game is played, you roll 2 dices. Now, if you are playing on the board, you will have 2 dices that you will roll. And based on the number, you will collect the resources. Now, if you are playing it digitally, then in digital, you will see a dice icon in the corner. You can just push it and it will automatically roll and give you the dices. Now, each time a dice is roll, a number will come. And based on those numbers, you will collect the resources. And whenever someone rolls a 7, a robber comes. Now I'm going to explain this to you guys a little more. Let me pull up this board image again. So say I played a 6. I have 2 houses here. So near the 6 tiles, whoever is having a house, they will get, this is a farm. So whoever is on the 6th tile, they will get 1 wheat. Is this clear?
Yes.
Now you will also see that there is another 6 hexagon here. So when I am getting wheats from this particular tile, the gray player is going to get ore from this tile. So we are rolling a number. Based on that number, we are like the hexagon is selected, and whatever resource that hexagon represents, those resources are given to the players who have their houses on those hexagon. So say I roll a 4. If I'm rolling a 4, this gray person will get 1 brick, the brown person will get 1 sheep, and the purple person will get 1 sheep. So it's not necessary that every time you roll, you get something. No, it completely depends upon the number that has been rolled. So that's how you roll the dice and you collect the resources. Is this clear so far? The robber, we will discuss the robber.
Yes.
Shubhashri,
yes.
sorry to interrupt. You said someone got a sheet, someone got a dice, someone got something else.
Yes.
अब आपने starting में 2 बार घर बना दिया.
Yes.
Now you are chosen there, like for example, you are chosen 3 and you are chosen 9. So you do not get a chance again to build your house anywhere again.
No, you get the chance to build your houses, but in order to build the houses, you have to collect the resource first, right? So every time you roll the dice, you get the resources, and using those resources you build more roads and more houses as such.
So one more doubt, follow-up question. अब
Yeah.
बिजनेस में ये होता है कि मतलब फोर में डाल दिया, ये फॉर एग्जांपल सिडनी मेरा है, तो सिडनी में जो भी आएगा वो पैसे देके जाएगा, एंड आगे से और जेल का वगैरह मनी होगा, एंड आई कैन बिल्ड व्हाटएवर ऑन देयर. अब यहाँ पे लाइक आई कैन सी फोर थिंग्स, so four people can build houses in the same place, or one person only builds a house there.
Hexagon, in a particular hexagon you're asking about?
Yeah, in a particular
In a particular hexagon only 3 houses can be built. I will explain you all these special rules later, but in a particular hexagon only 3 houses can be built.
Okay.
I have,
Yeah. Yes, Kavya.
yeah, the first house that we put, is it like calling dips on the region that we need?
Yes, the first 2 rounds are where you strategically think, okay, where do I have to put? Now, a lot of people will pick intersections where you are getting different resources. Like if you see here, this particular intersection seems very lucrative because it's an intersection where you get the wheat also, you can get a brick also, you can get a wood also. So you have to strategically place in the first 2 turns, and then eventually you have to place based on what plan you are making. Because in the game, no, sometimes you will want to do something, but then another player comes and jeopardizes your game, and then you have to modify your game. So the first 2 turns you put the house based on what you have already planned. The subsequent game is played based on how the game is actually turning out. So you might have to change the strategy later in the game. Is this clear, Kavya?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
is this like we need to sell the resources and then we can buy the house?
No, you just have to collect the resource. It's like कि मैंने सीमेंट और ब्रिक खरीदा, उसके बाद मैं घर बना सकती हूँ, उसके बाद मेरे को किसी की परमिशन की जरूरत नहीं है. The only thing is you need a location. Now how we will get that location, that will also I'll explain later in the game. Anyone has any doubt at this point?
Actually, I think this needs additional answer. You have to spend resources to
You have to spend, I think I've covered it in one of the slides. I think I didn't explain it well. In order to build these houses, you need the resources, and using the resources, you can build those houses. So say I
Like
have
there's a certain limit, like we need to have certain resource, like
yes. So I was about
point.
yes, I was about to get to that slide. So this is like a graphical representation of what the rules are. So in order to build a road, you will need 1 wood and 1 brick. And when you are building a road, एक road तो build हो जाएगा, and from your resource, your inventory, 1 wood and 1 brick will be gone because you have used it to make the make the road. So, and in order to make a settlement or a building, you will need one resource of each type. In order to build a city, you will need like 2 wheats and 3 ores. And in order to get a development card, which are like these special bonus cards, you need 1 sheep, 1 wheat, and 1 ore. Is this clear? This table?
Yes.
Now, what are development cards? So, development cards are basically like in Uno, you get those special cards, right? Like you reverse, you put +2, you put +4. In Catan, you have similar cards which help you progress in the game. So, they can either give you a power to move the robber, or they can give you special abilities, or they can give you extra winning points. Now, I'm quickly going to walk through what these development cards are. Now, the first development card is a knight card. So when you get a knight card, you get the ability to move the robber throughout the board. So initially in the game, the robber is placed. Usually by default, the robber is on the desert. But when you put a knight card, you can move the robber to any of the hexagons in the game. And whoever, say in a particular hexagon, there are 3 players standing. You put 1 robber there, you have the ability to steal 1 resource from one of the players. So this way you get to move the robber and you get to steal 1 resource from one of the players. The next card is Year of Plenty. When you play this card, you can take any 2 resource from the Catan bank. Now, what is a Catan bank? Like if you guys have played Uno, you know when we have shuffled the cards and the game is on, there is this deck of card on the side that whenever you don't have the card, you take from it. Catan also has resources deck like that. So when you play Year of Plenty, you can take 2 resources from the Catan bank. Now it can be 2 resources of the same type, or they can be 2 different resources. Say I want to build a road, but I need a brick, I need a wood, but I don't have any. So what I'll do is I'll play a Year of Plenty card from the bank. I'll take a brick, I'll take a wood, and with those 2, I'll build a road. So that's how this card is played.
And how do I take that card like you did? You said that we have to roll dices.
Yeah.
Then
For
we will roll dice and then we will get the card, or
No, when you roll the dice, you
Yes.
get the resources. With the resources, you either build these or you buy a development card. So and you
Oh,
don't know what
okay.
development card you will get. You are blindly taking it. So it can be any of the following development cards. So then the next is a road building card, which when you play, you can put 2 roads for free. No resources are required. Then is the Monopoly card. It's also known as a progress card. Now what happens is when you play the Monopoly card, you can, all the players must give you the cards of the resource of your choice. So imagine that I want to build a city, but in order to build a city, I need 3 ores, and at the moment I have 0 ore. So what I can do is I will play the Monopoly card and I will say I need all the ores. Now whoever I'm playing with, whatever ore resource they have, they will give it to me. So that way I'm able to steal a particular resource from all the players. Now, while this card has a major advantage, it also has a small disadvantage. Say I played the card and I say कि I want ore. Now imagine करो कि किसी के पास ore है ही नहीं. In that case, you played the card for nothing and you get no resources in return. So whether you are going to be able to steal the resources from the players or not, that depends on whether the players are actually having those resources. And much like the way we play Uno cards and the game of cards, we are not knowing what resources other people are having. So it's played in secret. So it's just you like यहाँ पे अपन तुक्का लगाते हैं कि यार मेरे को ये वाला रिसोर्स चाहिए, शायद इनके पास होगा, मैं इनसे छीन लेता हूँ. So is this clear with the cards so far? Does anyone have any doubt?
No.
No.
Okay. Next is victory point card. This is my personal favorite card. This card will immediately give you 1 victory point. But the best part is the other players will not know that you have this point. This point is kept hidden until the very end of the game. So a lot of time it will happen, say I have not played the board game, so I'm talking from experience from playing a digital version. You will feel like यार सामने वाले का 8 point है and you are at a 7. So you feel like that person will need 2 more points to win. What that person will do is he will suddenly put a building and he will win the game. And you will be like, अरे ये तो 8 पे था. Putting a building will only get him 1 point. That means that he would be at a 9. If he has a 9, how did he win? Now what that means is he was holding a victory point in secret that you were not aware of. So when you are playing the digital version, only you can see that you have a victory point. All the other players will not be able to see. Also, in reality, you will have 8 points, but तुम्हारे competitors को क्या दिखेगा कि तुम्हारे पास 7 points है. Now, one more thing that I wanted to say about this is that, I totally forgot about it. So yeah, that's how the victory point is played. So it's kept in secret. Yeah. So the strategy here is whenever the game is getting very serious and आपका एक ऐसा player है जिसके साथ ना आपका 90-20 का चल रहा है. So if you are at a 7 and the other person is at a 8, always assume कि उस बंदे के पास एक victory card हो सकता है. अगर उस बंदे ने victory card खेला है और उसने एक card अभी तक play नहीं किया है, that there is a good possibility कि वो उसका victory point है. तो तुम strategy when you are playing next, you play it in a way assuming कि उस बंदे के पास 1 point extra already है तो game 9 पे ही खत्म हो जाएगा. So that way you will have to strategize a little more. So those were with the special development cards. Any doubts so far?
No.
So I know it could be a lot to take, but I think
It's a lot.
when we play the game, actually, we will be able to understand better. But if we are able to understand the rules properly, हमारे लिए खेलना बहुत आसान हो जाएगा. Now, what
just
we are
one thing, Shri, there was
Yes.
this card जहाँ पर like it was like you can steal all the resources from that one person, but वो तुक्के वाली बात है, right?
तुक्के वाली बात है यार, आपको
अभी
पता है
लोग going to know कि उनके पास क्या क्या resources हैं, ऐसा नहीं होता.
No. It's like जैसे अपन कार्ड्स खेलते हैं ना, जब हम ऊनो भी खेलते हैं, सामने वाले को पता थोड़ा रहता है कि हमारे पास
कौन
क्या
सी
क्या
बात है.
that is the it's same like life only. Say we are a content marketing agency and we have a competition. अब उनके पास क्या क्या resource है हमको नहीं पता. So it's the same. You never know what cards your other players are holding because it's played in secret. So it's always game. A lot of people what they do is एक बार उनके पास monopoly card आ जाती है, they will start noticing कि किसके पास कितने resource जा रहे हैं. अब monopoly card मेरे पास आ गया. So the moment you get a card, you don't get to play it in the same turn. You have to wait till the other turn to play the card in real. तो मैंने को कार्ड मिला, देन मैंने एक राउंड में चेक किया कि किसके पास कितने कितने रिसोर्स गए. ये मेंटल कैलकुलेशन अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल डू, अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल डोंट डू. अब मेरे को अगर दिख रहा है कि यार काफी सारे लोगों को ना और मिल गई है, तो फिर मैं प्ले कर सकती हूँ. देन आई विल प्ले द मोनोपोली कार्ड. अगर और हुआ तो वो सारा मुझे मिल जाएगा. बट ये अगेन सारे तुक्के की बात है, एंड हाउ गुड इज योर मेमोरी एंड हाउ मच यू आर एबल टू ट्रैक कि किस बंदे को कितना रिसोर्स मिला है. ऑब्वियसली दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू शो यू, बट तुम एक मेंटल ट्रैक रख सकते हो.
उनको
Any-
डाइस नंबर दिखेगा, whatever they are rolling on dice, जो भी नंबर आ रहा है.
डाइस सबके सामने रोल होती है. डाइस विल बी रोल्ड इन फ्रंट ऑफ एवरीवन. सो साक्षी, व्हेनेवर यू आर रोलिंग अ डाइस, सपोज 4 आया, तो नेसेसरी नहीं है कि आपने रोल किया तो आपको रिसोर्सेज मिलेगी. 4 वाले टाइल पे जिसका भी घर है, जिसका भी शहर है, सबको रिसोर्स मिलेगा. ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि आपने 4 रोल किया, लेकिन आपका खुद का 4 पे कोई घर है ही नहीं, कोई शहर है ही नहीं, तो आपको रिसोर्स नहीं मिलेगा, बाकी सारे प्लेयर्स को मिल जाएगा. जिसने डाल रखा है उनको मिलेगा. All right. So the next topic is about how you score the victory points. We know house is going to building or a settlement is going to give you 1 point. A city is going to get you another 1 point. But 10 तक पहुंचने के लिए we need faster methods, right? So these are the ways that you can score additional points. The first way is longest road. Now what that means is on a board, whoever has the longest road and a minimum of 5, like जैसे ही आपने 5 roads एक के बाद एक connect कर दिए, आपको 2 victory points मिल जाएंगे. But the catch here is the moment some other player builds a longer road than you, they will steal those points from you. ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरे को 2 point मिला और काव्या ने रोड बिल्ड किया तो काव्या को भी 2 मिले. नो, काव्या मेरे से वो 2 point छीन लेगी and she will take it. So say I was at a 5 and Kavya was at a 3. Kavya will steal those 2 points from me. Kavya will become 5 and I will become 3 in that case. So you actually steal the point. Now in order to, like, the basic agenda is, if you are building a road and you want to have these 2 points, you have to maintain that stature till the end of the game. कि भाई गेम के एंड तक तुम्हारा रास्ता सबसे लंबा होना चाहिए, then ही तुम वो 2 victory points को maintain कर सकते हो. The next way to do is the largest army. Now you guys remember we talked about a knight card. जब आप development card pick करोगे, आपके पास knight card आएगा. So the player who plays the highest number of knight card, they get the largest army points, which is 2 point. Now the moment somebody plays 3 card, उनको immediately 2 points मिल जाते हैं. But some other player, if they play more knight card, they can also steal these points. The only point that you cannot steal is a victory development card. जो मैंने आप लोगों को बताया था, कार्ड मिलते ही आपको 1 point मिल जाएगा और वो छुपा रहेगा. That point nobody can steal from you. The longest road and the largest army, anybody can steal from you at any point of the game. So in order to say maintain the longest road, you can do 2 things. या तो आपने सबसे लंबी रोड बना दी, से मैंने 5 रोड बना दी. अब मेरे को दिख रहा है कि बोर्ड के कोने में ना आयुष के 4 रोड बन गए हैं. हो सकता है कि आयुष कोशिश कर रहा है कि मैं 6 वाला रोड बना दूंगा और सुबह से पॉइंट ले लूंगा. तो ऐसे में आपको क्या करना है, या तो यू कीप मेकिंग योर रोड लॉन्गर सो दैट अदर पीपल आर नॉट एबल टू ब्रेक, और यू जेपर्डाइज द अदर. या तो मैं आयुष ने जो रोड बनाया उसको मैं ब्रेक कर दूं ताकि वो मेरे लेवल तक पहुंच ही ना पाए. सो दैट्स हाउ यू कैन प्ले ट्रिक्स व्हेन यू आर ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट द लॉन्गेस्ट रोड. सो व्हेन यू आर प्लेइंग कटान, अ पार्ट ऑफ द स्ट्रेटेजी इज एग्जीक्यूटिंग योर ओन स्ट्रेटेजी. A part of the strategy is compromising the other person's plan so that they are not able to beat you. Is this clear to everyone? Anyone, any doubts?
How do you break the road?
Like you said, knight card say we can steal one resource, right?
No, with the knight card, you can move the robber. Knight is like a police. Robber is like a thief. तो आपने पुलिस वाला कार्ड डाला तो आप thief कहाँ पर है, किस शहर में, आप उसको मूव कर सकते हो. When you are trying to steal the resources, you need the monopoly card. आपने monopoly card play किया, आप resource steal कर सकते हो. अंजलि, you were having a doubt?
Yeah, if I have the knight card and if I can move robbers, तो अगर मुझे मतलब for example any of my enemies, I can go and make the robber rob there,
Yes.
and वो पूरा मेरे पास आ जाएगा.
नहीं, आप you will get only one resource from one of the player. आप सारा resource नहीं चोरी कर पाओगे, आप एक resource चोरी कर पाओगे.
But robber ने जो चोरी किया वो मेरे को मिलेगा जब उसको मैंने मूव किया. For example,
yes, आप जैसे आपने एक पर्टिकुलर, आपने रॉबर को एक पर्टिकुलर हेक्सागोन में बैठा दिया, वहां अदिति का घर है, वहां मेरा घर है, तो आप चूज कर सकते हो कि आपको अदिति से चोरी करना है या मेरे से चोरी करना है. अब लोग चोरी कैसे करते हैं, अगर आपको दिख रहा है कि अदिति जीत रही है तो अदिति से चोरी करना फेयर रहेगा. लेकिन अगर आपको लग रहा है कि शुभश्री के पास वो वाले रिसोर्सेज है जो मुझे चाहिए, तो आप शुभश्री से स्टील कर सकते हो. लेकिन आप जब स्टील कर रहे हो आप सिर्फ एक रिसोर्स स्टील कर पाओगे, या तो एक लकड़ी, या तो एक ब्रिक, या तो एक शीट। आप बहुत सारा स्टील नहीं कर पाओगे। बहुत सारा स्टील आप तभी कर पाओगे जब आप
तो फिर वो नाइटी वो जो मास्टर रॉबर हुआ, रॉबर तो उसका काम एग्जीक्यूट कर रहा है ना,
रॉबर इज एक्चुअली एग्जीक्यूटिंग द वर्क, यस। सो
तो वो नाइट नहीं हुआ, वो तो मास्टर रॉबर हो गया फिर तो।
मास्टर रॉबर एज इन आई डिडंट गेट योर पॉइंट।
यहाँ
I'm
पर Anjali, it is like everything is fair in love and war, so
हाँ.
you are even allowed to steal.
Yeah, you are allowed to steal, yes.
Nice.
So the next is about trading. Now,
One more question, like
yes, Ayush.
how do we know that what we have to steal?
यार वो तो जैसे देखो
अरे,
आयुष, तुमको
नहीं,
रोड बनाना है।
Actually,
हाँ, बताओ आयुष।
You
like
can steal
suppose
from
I
your
want to
leader,
steal.
you can destroy others' game.
No, I want a road. Now, if I had to say that I will steal from you, then if
हाँ.
you don't have a road, then
You never know. That's the point. When you're stealing,
oh,
जब तुम रॉबर के थ्रू स्टील कर रहे हो, तुमको नहीं पता तुमको क्या रिसोर्स मिलने वाला है। तुम वहां से उनके डेक से तुम एक कार्ड उठा लोगे। अब वो कुछ भी हो सकता है। It's only when you're playing the monopoly card, you say कि भाई मेरे को तुम सबका लकड़ी चाहिए, तब तुमको सारी लकड़ियां मिलेंगी और कुछ नहीं मिलेगा। और अगर किसी के पास लकड़ी है ही नहीं तो तुमको कुछ भी नहीं मिलेगा। Is this clear?
And Ayush, you cannot steal the road. You steal resources.
You steal resources. हाँ.
How do I destroy the road?
road is a resource.
You can't destroy a road. आयुष, resources are, जैसे तुमको आयुष घर बनाना है, घर बनाने के लिए क्या चाहिए? तुमको मिट्टी चाहिए, सीमेंट चाहिए, रॉड चाहिए, प्लाईवुड चाहिए। तो हमारे गेम में रिसोर्सेज क्या है? लकड़ी है, शीप है, ब्रिक है, आयरन ओर है, ये सारी चीजें। दीज आर द रिसोर्सेज। इनको यूज करके ही तुम बिल्ड करोगे। अंजलि, यू वर आस्किंग समथिंग?
तो अगर मुझे लॉन्गेस्ट रोड बनाना है, अगर किसी का 2 पॉइंट से ज्यादा बन रहा है, तो आई कैन नॉट स्टॉप देम, और मेरे को बनाना नहीं है क्योंकि मेरे पास रिसोर्स नहीं है। आई डोंट हैव द रिसोर्स टू मेक अनदर रोड। तो मैं उसका डिस्ट्रॉय कैसे करूं? आपने बोला मैं जेपरडाइज कर सकती हूं उनका।
You can't destroy a road, but you can intercept the road. I will teach all of this later in the slides, but whatever resource has been put on the game, it cannot be removed, it cannot be destroyed. जो है वो है। आप उसके अराउंड ही उस पे ऑफ बना सकते हो। कुछ भी रिमूव करना पॉसिबल नहीं है। जैसे रोड, घर बन गया तो बन गया, सड़कें बन गई तो बन गई। आप सड़क के बीच में आप ट्रैक्टर बैठा दो कि उसके आगे कोई जा ना पाए, दैट इज समथिंग दैट यू कैन डू। लेकिन आप रोड को तोड़ नहीं सकते हो। आई विल शो इट इन द लेटर स्लाइड्स। सो व्हेन वी आर प्लेइंग कटान, वी कलेक्ट द रिसोर्स। हमने घर बना दिया, हमको सब कुछ मिल गया, लेकिन एक पॉइंट पे ऐसा होगा कि आपकी बिल्डिंग और सिटीज की प्लेसमेंट ऐसी है कि आपको एक पर्टिकुलर रिसोर्स चाहिए ही चाहिए, बट वो आपको मिल ही नहीं रही है। तो ऐसे में आप क्या करोगे? आप ट्रेड करोगे। Now you can do trading in 2 ways. या तो you trade with the people in the game, which is called a domestic trade. What happens is you can offer anything in return for something else. अब suppose मेरे को रोड बनाने के लिए एक ब्रिक चाहिए, बट मेरे पास ब्रिक है ही नहीं, तो मैं बोलूंगी सबको कि यार मैं 2 वुल देने के लिए रेडी हूँ, मेरे को बस रिटर्न में एक ब्रिक चाहिए। अब मेरे साथ अगर 4 लोग खेलने बैठे हैं, whoever is okay with the deal, they will accept the deal. They will give me 1 brick. I will give them 2 wool or a sheep. Is this clear to everyone? How the trading is happening? Now,
Yes.
if I'm making a trade, somebody can make me a counter offer. जैसे मैंने बोला कि यार 2 wool, I will give you 2 wool, but I will need 1 brick. किसी ने एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं किया। अब अंजलि मेरे साथ खेलने बैठी है। अंजलि बोल रही है, शुभश्री मैं आपसे 2 wool लूं, मैं आपको 1 brick देने के लिए रेडी हूँ, बट आप मुझे को 2 wool की जगह आप मुझे 3 दोगे। Is it fair for you? She will ask me. अगर मेरे को लगता है कि अदिति के साथ ये ट्रेड करना ठीक रहेगा, मेरे को मेरा फायदा देखना है, आई डोंट केयर व्हाट अदिति इज गोइंग टू यूज दैट रिसोर्स फॉर, आई विल मेक दैट ट्रेड। सो यू ऑफर you offer a trade. If any one of the player is okay with you, they will accept it. If nobody is okay, one of them might give you a counter offer. तो या तो आप वो काउंटर ऑफर कर लो, या तो किसी ने आपने ट्रेड ऑफर किया, किसी ने ट्रेड मतलब उस चीज को एक्सेप्ट किया ही नहीं आपने जो भी उनको ऑफर दिया। Now one more thing to note is that obviously you cannot trade the same resource. मैं ये नहीं कह सकती कि यार मैं 2 wood देने वाली हूँ, मेरे को रिटर्न में 3 wood चाहिए, ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता है। So you have to always trade different resources. And when you are actually playing the game on the board, this is where your negotiation skills come into the picture. कि आप दूसरे को कितना convince कर पा रहे हो कि यार मेरे को ये brick दे दे, या यार मेरे को ये wood दे दे, मैं तेरे को अगले में help करूंगा। This is where all the negotiation comes into the picture. Now if you are playing Catan digitally, where you are playing with other players or bots, वहाँ पे communication का possibility नहीं रहता है, so there is no negotiation there. वहाँ पे you can only make a offer, सामने वाला accept करेगा, नहीं करेगा, और they'll give you a counter offer. Now this was about trading with other players. मान के चलो I gave a offer that nobody accepted. Nobody gave me a counter offer also. But अब मैं क्या करूँ? That time I can make trade with the Catan Bank. Now Catan Bank का standard default है 4 of the same resources for one of your choice. तो अगर मेरे को एक brick चाहिए, मेरे को 4 resources give up करने पड़ेंगे of any other category. So maybe 1 brick के लिए मैं अपने 4 woods को give up करूंगी. So this is a standard rate that has been set by the Catan Bank. Is the trading rules clear for everyone?
Yes.
I have a question, Subhashri.
Yes.
So when this trade is happening, like 4 resources we gave away, so do the other players know कि मैंने क्या 4 resources दिए या फिर what did I get?
So I mean when I am मैंने आज तक board game खेला नहीं है. So when I am playing it digitally, digital में दिखता है कि सामने वाले ने 4 wood दिया. तो आपको दिखता है. Now in the physical game, since I have not played, I'm not sure. But maybe दिखता हूँ, maybe नहीं दिखता. I'm not sure about it. Aditi, maybe Aditi, you can tell you have played the game on physical. They can see. Okay.
And do people also know which resource they are taking? I mean, because
Yes.
for the mental mapping, they can know, you know.
Yes. In the digital version, they can. Aditi, can they in the physical?
In physical, yes.
Yes. So that is visible. तो आप देख सकते हो कि भाई सामने वाले ने 4 लकड़ी दे दी, उसने एक ब्रिक ली. तो आपको पता है कि किस रिसोर्स को बनाने के लिए, किस बिल्डिंग को बनाने के लिए आपको क्या रिसोर्स चाहिए. अभी अगर मेरे को दिख रहा है कि आयुष इज ट्राइंग टू कलेक्ट वुड एंड ब्रिक और मेरे को दिख रहा है कि आयुष ने 4 रोड्स ऑलरेडी लगा दिए, तो मैं सोच सकती हूँ कि यार आयुष ना एक और रोड बनाने वाला है. सो यू हैव टू सी व्हाट रिसोर्सेज अदर पीपल आर कलेक्टिंग एंड व्हाट दे हैव ऑन द बोर्ड एट द मोमेंट. उसके हिसाब से you will have to play your game as well. So you guys remember at the initial when I was explaining the board, I said then there are different ports at the corner. तो उस फोटो में अच्छी से दिख नहीं रही थी, but I think here you can see here is a wood, here is a sheep, यहाँ पे ore है, यहाँ पे brick है. So these are the ports. And what is the benefit of the port? The port is going to give you discount whenever you are trying to trade with the bank. Now suppose यहाँ पे जो ग्रे वाला बंदा है, उसने यहाँ पे 2 रोड्स लगाई और उसने यहाँ घर बना दिया. So his exchange rate for wood will become 2:1 instead of 1:4. इसका मतलब क्या है? Whenever he has 2 wood, he can trade those 2 wood for any 1 resource. Usually बैंक के साथ आपको exchange करने के लिए 4 देने पड़ते हैं, but यहाँ आपको 50% off मिल जाता है. So different. So कटान के भी अलग-अलग variation है. अलग-अलग variations में आपको ये discount अलग-अलग मिलता है. Now a lot of players will start at the center में शुरू नहीं करेंगे. Some people will start at the bottom of the board so that they can slowly go to the shore. और shore पे उनको discount वगैरह मिलेगा. So that is another reason why that's what these icons mean. ये जो question mark है, since this is a digital game, question mark means hidden trade. वो आपको पता नहीं है कि आपको क्या discount मिलने वाला है किस resource पे. अब जब वहाँ पे जाके पहुंचोगे तभी आपको पता चलेगा कि क्या आपको discount मिला है. Is this clear?
Are
Yes.
these always positive? The question mark things, are these always positive or like could
Discounts, yeah, they are always good discounts with the bank.
So Vashi, I have a follow-up question now.
Yes.
If you, for example, build a house over the hill, you call dips on the hill or something like that, do you get unlimited resources from there? To
No. I will come on. Let me just explain you here. So as you can see here, just मान के चलिए कि हम यही बोर्ड खेल रहे हैं और मैंने रोल डाइस किया, मेरे को आया 6. I am the red person, right? So for every building you get 1 resource. For every city you get 2 resource. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा? 6 नंबर पे मेरे 2 घर हैं. तो जैसे ही 6 रोल होगा, मेरे को 2 वीट मिल जाएंगी. अब आपको दिखेगा कि इवन तो मैंने रोल किया है, ये जो बंदा है लुइस, उसने भी छठे वाले हेक्सागन में अपना एक बिल्डिंग लगा रखा है. So when a 6 is rolled, he will get 1 resource from this particular hexagon. And since it's a mountain, he will get a ore. Is this clear?
Yes.
अभी अगर आपकी जगह घर की जगह आपने शहर बनाया होता तो एक की जगह आपको 2 रिसोर्सेस मिलती. द होल पॉइंट इज कि आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा बिल्डिंग बनाते रहो ताकि whenever anyone is rolling the dice and any number is played, you are going to get some resource. So some people play this way कि हर एक नंबर पे मेरा एक घर तो होना ही चाहिए ताकि जब भी कुछ भी रोल हो मेरे पास एक ना एक रिसोर्स तो आएगा ही. That way, throughout the game, whenever is anyone rolling, you keep collecting the resources, and the more you collect the resources, the more you are able to build. So बहुत सिंपल एनालॉजी में रियल एस्टेट का मार्केट मान के चल लीजिए. आपके पास एक घर है, आपको रेंट आ रहा है, आपने रेंट वगैरह कलेक्ट किया, आपने एक और घर बना दिया, तो आप जितने घर बनाते जाओगे आपके पास उतने पैसे आते रहेंगे. सेम इज हैपनिंग इन कटान. द मोर यू बिल्ड, द मोर रिसोर्सेस यू कीप गेटिंग. और उस रिसोर्स को यूज करके आप और बनाते हो. जैसे रियल एस्टेट में आपने 4 घर बना दिया आपके, और जितना आपका पास पैसा है आप उतने घर बनाते जा रहे हो. दिस इज द सेम. आप इमेजिन दैट दिस इज अ सिटी एंड यू आर ट्राइंग टू बिल्ड रियल एस्टेट, और आपको बस घर बनाना है. एंड दैट इज हाउ द एंटायर गेम टर्न्स आउट कि आपको ज्यादा से ज्यादा घर बनाना है. द ओनली थिंग इज, लाइफ में तो आपको जितना मर्जी घर बनाते रहो, गेम में जैसे ही आपने 10 पॉइंट्स कलेक्ट कर लिए, गेम खत्म हो जाएगा. Is this clear?
Subhashri, you also mentioned this one term, city.
City.
So what classifies as a city?
Nothing classifies as a city. It's the only difference is, जैसे आपको in order to build a house you need 4 resources, and the city you need different resources. You need 2 wheats and 3 ores. Now there is a point difference. Like I told you, if this is a house, it's going to fetch me 1 resource. But if it's a city, it is going to fetch me 2 resources. तो ऐसा मान के चलो कि आपने एक सिटी इज अ हाउस इज समथिंग लाइक अ घर जिसमें सिर्फ एक ही फ्लोर है. तो अगर आपने उसको रेंट पे चढ़ाया, आप एक ही टेनेंट बैठा सकते हो. लेकिन आपने अगर ऐसी बिल्डिंग बनाई जो 4 माले की है, 4 फ्लोर है, उसमें 4 फैमिलीज बैठेगी, तो आप 4 अलग अलग, आपको 4 व्हाट टू से रेंट मिलेगा. सो सिटी इज लाइक दैट. इट्स अ बिगर रिसोर्स. It's a bigger building. It's basically a bigger building जहाँ से आपको ज़्यादा resource मिलेगा.
Okay, so let's say that on 6 you roll a die on 6 and you have your 2 houses there, and apparently you also built a city there. So when you roll a 6 on that same particular point, you're going to get more resources.
Yes, I'm going to get 1 resource from a house, and I'm going to get two more resources from this city. So all together from एक हेक्सागन टाइल से मुझे 3 रिसोर्स मिलेंगी. और कौन सी रिसोर्स मिलेंगी? मेरे को हस्क मिलेंगी, बिकॉज दिस इज अ हस्क टेरेन. समझ आया अशिता? Okay. Now the placement, I will talk about the placement later in the मतलब अभी डिस्कस कर लेंगे. एडिशनल पॉइंट्स आर हियर. सो एवरीबॉडी इज क्लियर सो फार. जो भी हमने सिखाया, कार्ड्स, पॉइंट्स कैसे कलेक्ट करने हैं, रिसोर्सेज से कौन कौन से घर बनेंगे, एवरीबॉडी.
लास्ट टाइम की 10 पॉइंट्स जैसे हो जाते हैं, तो वो 10 पॉइंट्स काउंट कौन करता है? हम खुद करते हैं कि
हम खुद कर रहे हैं. हम देख रहे हैं कि अगर हमको सबको एक साथ बैठे हुए ना, हम खुद मैनुअल पॉइंटिंग करते हैं. और अगर तुम डिजिटली खेल रहे हो तो डिजिटल में टॉप में सबके नाम के बगल में उनका स्कोर लिखा आता है कि ये बंदा इस स्कोर पे है. सो द स्कोर इज नॉट हिडन फ्रॉम यू. द स्कोर यू कैन सी. द ओनली थिंग हिडन इज द सीक्रेट विक्ट्री पॉइंट दैट यू हैव गॉटन ड्यूरिंग द गेम. बस वही स्कोर है जो तुमको दिखता नहीं है, बाकी सब दिखेगा. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट द एडिशनल पॉइंट्स ऑफ द गेम, व्हिच आर द न्यूएंसेस ऑफ हाउ टू प्ले. सो आई एम गोइंग टू यूज अ मार्कर नाउ. नाउ द फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज दैट सिटीज कैन ओनली बी बिल्ड ऑन टॉप ऑफ अ सेटलमेंट. तो मान के चलो कि मैंने यहाँ पे एक सेटलमेंट लगा दिया, दैट इज 1 बिल्डिंग. नाउ इफ आई एम ट्राइंग टू बिल्ड अ सिटी, आई कैन ओनली बिल्ड इट ऑन टॉप ऑफ दिस. मैं आई कांट पुट अ रोड एंड बी लाइक कि मैं यहाँ पे सिटी बना दूंगा. नो, सिटी आपको एक बिल्डिंग के ऊपर ही बनानी है. नाउ दैट बिल्डिंग एज इन द सेटलमेंट. द सेकंड पॉइंट इज सेटलमेंट कैन ओनली बी मेड एट द इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ योर रोड. मान के चलो आई एम अ रेड प्लेयर, मैंने ऐसे 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 करके रोड बना दी. ठीक है, यहाँ करके मैंने रोड बना दिया, और मैं खेल रही हूँ आयुष के साथ. आयुष ने यहाँ घर बना रखा है, आयुष ने यहाँ डाला, यहाँ डाला, यहाँ डाला, और आयुष ने ऐसे करके रोड बना दिया. नाउ इफ आई वांट टू पुट अ बिल्डिंग, I can put a building here. I can even put a building here. But मैं बिल्डिंग यहाँ नहीं कर सकती. क्यों? क्योंकि आयुष ने ये यहाँ पे रास्ता बना दिया है. तो वो जो एरिया है रास्ते का, वो आयुष के वहां पर है. So I cannot build anything here. There is one rule though. If you see this particular point, यहाँ पे मेरा भी एक रास्ता है, यहाँ पे आयुष का भी एक रास्ता है. So on this particular point, both of us have a 50-50 claim. So whoever is able to collect the resources first and put a house, they take that point. And the moment I build a house here, आयुष का ये जो रोड बन रहा था, वो यहाँ पे ब्रेक हो गया. So Anjali, you were telling कि if somebody is making a road, I can't destroy the road, but how can I jeopardize this? This is how you can jeopardize. I could clearly see कि आयुष ने 5 roads बना दिए थे, so there is a chance कि आयुष had the longest road. But मैंने यहाँ पे घर बना दिया, तो आयुष का रोड ब्रेक हो गया. So whenever you are making a longest road, you have to make sure कि you are not giving other players an opportunity to put a building there. आपको तुरंत वहाँ पे कोशिश करनी है कि जितना जल्दी हो सके you put a building there. The moment you put a building, your road kind of continues. So it's like you put a house and you put a road. You can put a bunch of roads after that and you can also put the houses later. But अगर किसी और बंदे ने आके वहाँ house डाल दिया, then your road will be broken. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
House will still be there, but you will lose the road. The longest road you will lose. जैसे आयुष ने मेरा longest road lose कर दिया, ठीक है, I will still have the point unless somebody else makes a longer road. But यहाँ road हो गया break. Now the second is a player cannot place two settlements adjacent to each other. जैसे कि मैंने यहाँ पे assume कि मैंने यहाँ पे एक घर बनाया. Now the adjacent point are this and this. So I cannot put a house there. The next house that I can put could be here, or it could be here, or it could be here. Here. So adjacent to each other, आप घर नहीं डाल सकते हो. Now that Ayush has put a house here, I cannot put it here. I can maybe put it here, and I cannot put it here. I can put it here. So two adjacent points cannot have settlements next to each other. So whenever you are building a city or building your own road, you have to think कि placement कैसी होनी चाहिए कि मेरा point miss ना हो. जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे एक घर बना रखा है, तो यहाँ तो मैं नहीं डाल सकती हूँ, तो मैं यहाँ एक डालूंगी. अब मैंने यहाँ अगर डाल दिया तो मैं यहाँ नहीं डाल सकती, but मैं यहाँ डाल सकती हूँ. That way you have to see कहाँ कौन सा घर है. And this rule applies to everyone at any point. At any house. जैसा मैंने कहा, Ayush is having a house here, so I can't put it here. So that was rule number 3. Rule number 4 is whenever you are putting a house on a building or a city, you have to play it strategically in a way कि आप सोचो कि आपको किस resource की जरूरत है. Imagine that you are in need of a wheat. So it makes sense कि आप घर यहाँ डालो so that every time a 3 is rolled, you get a wheat out of it. Now this is something that is common sense कि आपको strategically placement करनी है. So this is a very basic point, so I'm not going to dwell too much into it. Now we are going to discuss the robber. So say the robber is usually black in color, so I'll pick up purple. So whenever somebody rolls a 7, you get a robber. And every time a robber comes into the picture, on the board, whoever is having more than 7 resources, they have to discard half their resources. So suppose मैंने 7 रोल किया, आयुष 8 कार्ड लेके बैठा है, तो आयुष को 4 कार्ड गिव अप करना पड़ेगा. And that card doesn't come to me, that card goes to the Catan bank. And whenever I am playing the robber, like I was telling you guys, कि मेरे को 7 आया, I get a robber and I get to move the robber. So yeah, that is actually rule number 5. That whenever I am rolling a 7, I get to move the robber. And suppose मान के चलिए कि अदिति ने यहाँ पे 3 घर लगा रखे हैं on tile number 9. तो मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ, रॉबर को मैं यहाँ पे टाइल नंबर 9 पे प्लेस कर दूंगी. प्लेस करते ही आई कैन स्टील 1 कार्ड फ्रॉम अदिति. नाउ आई डोंट नो व्हाट दैट कार्ड विल बी. नाउ व्हाट द रॉबर डज इज, अगर 9 वाले टाइल पे रॉबर है, इवन दो 9 किसी ने रोल किया है, अदिति को इस टाइल से कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. सो बेसिकली बाय पुटिंग अ रॉबर, you are practically converting a particular hexagon into a desert. No resources can be fetched from that. So a lot of time what happens is कि मैंने क्या किया, मेरा गेम चल रहा है, बस मेरे को दिख रहा है कि अदिति जीतने वाली है, तो मैंने अदिति के टाइल पे डाल दिया रॉबर. नाउ एवरी टाइम 9 इज कमिंग, हर किसी को मिल रहा है. जैसे अगर किसी ने यहाँ घर डाल रखा होगा, उस बंदे को यहाँ से मिल रहा है, किसी ने अगर यहाँ डाल रखा है, यहाँ से मिल रहा है. अदिति को यहाँ से 3 मिलने चाहिए, लेकिन अदिति को कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है. This is where that night card, you guys remember, that comes into the picture. के अदिति ने डेवलपमेंट कार्ड लिया और अदिति को नाइट कार्ड मिला. Now Aditi doesn't have to roll a 7. Aditi can directly put the night card and she can move the robber. And now she can again choose where she wants to put it. So a lot of the times people will put the robber on their closest competitor's hexagon ताकि उनको resources ना मिले. But then at the end of the day, it's your choice and the logic that you are using. Is this clear? Is the robber clear to everyone?
Yes.
So the robber will come every time a 7 will come. So you guys can see there is no 7 on the board. 7 is not there because every time 7 will come, robber will come. Any other question?
Yes. And all these things worth the same value. Ore का, wheat का, सबका same value है?
अंजलि, यहाँ उनका वैल्यू कुछ नहीं है. It's just that आपको बिल्डिंग कौन सी चीज बनाने के लिए आपको कितनी रिसोर्स चाहिए. तो अगर आपको रोड बनानी है, आपको रोड बनाने के लिए लकड़ी और ब्रिक की जरूरत है, लेकिन आप दुनिया भर का ओर लेके बैठे हो, तो प्रैक्टिकली देखा जाए तो ओर का वैल्यू आपके लिए कुछ है ही नहीं. So it's similar to what our objectives are and what resources I am having. So imagine that I am somebody who wants to become a video editor. Like I was saying, I want to become a video editor. But मैंने दुनिया भर का what to say, I have great writing skills, but I want to become a video editor. अब writing skills को लेके it doesn't make sense for me to have writing skills because I want to become a video editor. So that point, my skills become valueless. So it's the same. अगर एक दुकान में आप जा रहे हो और वो दुकान वाला बंदा अगर आपको बोल रहा है कि भाई I will take only cash, ठीक है, तो आप अगर यूपीआई लेके भी बैठे हो, आपका यूपीआई इज पॉइंटलेस क्योंकि आप सिर्फ कैश ही दे सकते हो उस बंदे को. तो रिसोर्सेस का वैल्यू नहीं है. रिसोर्सेस वैल्यूज आर टाइड टू द काइंड ऑफ बिल्डिंग दैट यू वांट टू क्रिएट. अगर आपको रोड बनाना है तो रोड वाली रिसोर्सेस आपके लिए वैल्यूएबल है. अगर आपको शहर बनाना है तो शहर वाली रिसोर्सेस आपके लिए वैल्यू है. So there is nothing like the ore is more important than the wood or the wood is more important than the brick. It is only that at a particular situation आपका गेम कैसा चल रहा है, what cards everybody is having, कि some card may become more valuable. That is all. If everybody is trying to build a road और सब ढूंढ रहे हैं कि हम मेरे को कहाँ से wood और brick मिलेगा, then automatically wood and brick become more valuable. But yeah, in a sense, numerical there is no value. There is only perceived value. There's basically perceived value, no numerical value. Is this clear, Anjali?
And how we are getting the victory points जो हमें मिलेंगे 1 से 10 तक एक घर और रोड बनाने पे?
आपने एक घर बनाया, आपको 1 पॉइंट मिलेगा. आपने एक शहर बनाया, आपको 1 पॉइंट मिलेगा. Then I told you guys the longest road के आपको 2 पॉइंट मिलेंगे. सीक्रेट विक्ट्री पॉइंट कार्ड के आपको 1 पॉइंट मिलेगा जो सीक्रेट रहेगा. और the largest army that you get by playing the night card, that will also give you 2 points. But जो points आपने building और शहर से collect किए हैं वो आपसे कोई steal नहीं कर सकता. आपका longest road and the largest army, those points can be stolen at any moment. समझ आ गया प्रीति? तो आपको क्या करना है, आपको घर बनाते रहने हैं, आपको पॉइंट्स कलेक्ट करते रहने हैं और बीच बीच में आपको लॉन्गेस्ट रोड. सो अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल डोंट केयर अबाउट दीज एडिशनल पॉइंट्स. वो क्या करते हैं, वो सोचते हैं कि भाई मैं अपना रियल एस्टेट स्ट्रॉन्ग रखूंगा, मेरा सारा गेम हो जाएगा, और वो जीत भी जाते हैं. नाउ दैट्स द पर्सनालिटी ऑफ द प्लेयर. लाइक आई एज अ पर्सन, आई लव मेकिंग द लॉन्गेस्ट रोड. सो व्हेनेवर आई एम प्लेइंग, मेरा गोल है कि भाई मैं सबसे लंबा रास्ता बना के ही छोड़ूंगी. So a lot of that depends on the personality that you have. जैसे अपन लोग इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं ना, तो इन्वेस्टमेंट में भी अलग अलग लोगों की अलग पर्सनालिटी होती है. कुछ लोग बहुत अग्रेसिव होते हैं, स्टॉक्स वगैरह में बहुत डाल देते हैं. कुछ लोग होते हैं कंजर्वेटिव, वो आधा स्टॉक्स में डालेंगे, आधा म्यूचुअल में डालेंगे. सो द वे यू प्ले and the way you invest, it all depends on the strategy that you are taking as a person and what personality you have. Obviously building a road थोड़ा रिस्की हो जाता है क्योंकि कभी भी चोरी हो सकती है. तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि तुमने दुनिया भर का रिसोर्स डाल दिया और तुमने रोड बना दी, बट एंड में किसी ने आके वो रोड बर्बाद कर दिया, तो तुम्हारा सारा मेहनत चला गया. सो दैट वे you have to take a risk when you're trying to get bonus points. But are the points clear, Preeti, how you get points? Yeah. Okay, so guys, that is what was Catan. You collect resources, you build your houses and you build your cities, you plan your strategy, you trade, and you adapt whenever anything goes wrong. But one thing that all of us have to realize is that the game is not about executing the perfect plan, क्योंकि वो तो कभी होएगा ही नहीं. It's just like life, आपके पास हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ प्रॉब्लम रहेगा. The fun of the entire game is about adjusting your strategies and playing tricks as the game unfolds. So yeah, that was the end of it.